Hey everybody, Matt Geary here for Geek Pride's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice. First things first, I have to own up to a bit of a boo-boo. As you can see from the stream you're watching in front of you, I am not talking in sync with my voice, and that's because this is a recording done afterwards. Stupid Matt didn't turn on his microphone for the first hour of the stream, and we only find out after somebody pointed it out. The funny thing is, we had a fair few viewers, so people were just watching with no audio from me. Shows how important I am. But yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to condense everything for you. To say what happened during downtime, what happened for the initial part within the headquarters tent, and then I'm just going to drop you in to the second half just so you can watch it from there on. From last week, we had the final part of the Battle of Silkside. Very interesting, quite emotional time. The adventurers decided that afterwards, we would collect all the loot, we get everything sorted. In downtime, we would just sort of get a bit of gold sorted, we'd get the weapons sorted, and then we'd be on our way. And for this week, we'd have a new place to go to. Unfortunately, best laid plans and everything, and it would seem that things did not go to the Dungeon Master's plan, as is always the case with this group. So, in downtime, in the week that we had, I basically said, right, so I told them about the casualty rates, and I told you, who had the best sort of casualty rates. You can check this all out on our Discord, by the way. If you check out the Geek Pride Discord, there is the role-playing chat, and it has everything in there, everything I've said to them, everything they've said in character. It's very interesting. We'll also add this to our World Anvil site at some point when I have a bit of time. So I said to them, these are the casualties, this is what's happened, this is how much loot there is, and these are the items and stuff that you've picked up along the way. I basically thought I would test them, and I threw in a lot of money, the idea being that I was hoping they would all be selfless and would say, we don't want this money, we want it to go towards the men or helping with the war and stuff, because it's a campaign, and obviously the idea is that what they do is going to affect what happens within the war, and could have repercussions later on. So I was kind of hoping they go for the selfless route and sort of give money away, and then I could reward them, kind of going, well, you've done this, so here's this. Unfortunately, it started off well. So Tharaval turns around and says, I don't want any money. It just, can I have the bow? And, can you give a bit of money towards the Sir Tristram and Micah? Then I basically say, so Fabius, the General Fabius, turns around and says, well, I think that some money should go towards the men. Captain Godfrey turns around and says, yes, so there should be 20 gold for each man and 40 gold for each dead man's family. Lance turns around and says, yep, I agree with that. That's fine with me. All I need is 100 gold for repairs and bits and pieces and, a cloak. Draken says, the axe and 100 gold to sort of pay for repairs and things like that. Everybody's sort of agreeing with the situation. Then Galandra turns around. No, actually, it's Danny, because this wasn't in RP. This was in a WhatsApp group. She's like, whoa, wait a minute. These guys get paid a wage. Why are we giving them money? This is our loot. And it basically started off this long debate about, if these men, and she kept going, these NPCs, they don't deserve anything. We're the party. We should get it. I was like, yeah, but you're in the game. They should get money. And it was very interesting. Thankfully, we managed to talk her around, and she accepted that maybe they should get some money. So left, we only have Val, and he sort of steps forward and says, I don't need any money. I'm very happy with the soldiers to have a share as well. I would like the Holy Avenger too. We thought, brilliant, this is all good. They've all been very selfless. I can move on very quickly. But then then Val decides to throw in a bit of a grenade and says that, but for every single one of my legionnaires that has died, I want 5 men to replace them. Now, this is a bit of a, okay, let's see what we can do with this. So I, as Lady Taunt, turn around and say, look, we don't have any men. We've got most of them fighting in the southeast in the war, and those who remain have either died on this battlefield or are defending the walls of the Triarch cities. The best I can do for you is provide you with the dregs of society, criminals and malingerers and things, so you can try and rehabilitate them, make them better citizens, and you'll have sort of some fighting men. That's the best I can do for you. Val then decides that this isn't good enough, and doubles down. So he basically says, I want 5 men for every single dead legionnaire, and if you don't let me conscript them, I will conscript them myself. So basically makes a threat with all the soldiers and stuff around him, and the general gets very annoyed at him, starts basically wants to have him arrested. Lady Taunt, being a bit more demure and a bit more diplomatic, she's like, okay, he's being a bit passionate, I'll sort of nip this in the bud. So I thought, I could do a bit of a story, and you can read this all on the Discord, by the way. So it's all in Discord for you to have a read. So I'll not go through the entire thing. She says she has this sort of story with a lesson at the end of it, basically saying, she's effectively a chosen of Bahamut, and she says that to show that she's a learned person, that she knows about his legion's laws, and she says, as far as I'm aware, within your legion there are 2 ways to repeal laws, and that is by consular repeal or by divine mandate. Now, divine mandate is basically Bahamut turning around and saying, yes, this law doesn't make any sense, repeal it, or using trial by combat. Now, I was of the view that, I would just basically say, right, and as I am a chosen of Bahamut, I am challenging you to a duel, Valashil Nostius, and the winner, as guided Bahamut, will have their way. The view I would have is that she's quite a high level NPC. He'd back down, and everything could start to kind of go from there. But it's just got a bit worse, and he was just like, right, okay, fine, we'll have the duel. And he basically starts to insult everybody in the tent. He insults his party, he insults them, basically says, I don't know what this story means and stuff, but it's pointless. I want my men, and if I don't get these men, I'll take them and stuff. And it's very interesting to read. You can have a read of it all. It's very interesting. And it starts painting me into a corner, and I'm just like, I am unsure how to deal with this situation, because if he carries on, then I'm going to have to duel him. And the idea was that, he'd back down, but he didn't, and I'm going to have to duel him, and she's going to one-shot him, because he's only like a level 5 or 6, and she's like, level 15 or something. One hit with her sword and he's gone. Literally probably permadead if I didn't do something about it. And I thought, okay, well, if there is a duel, I can sort of say, she spares the last strike or something like this. But then I had the issue that, because Val is quite stubborn, and he's honourable, that he may just say, finish her off, and I'd have to kill him. And I was like, right, I need to deal with something like this. Now, luckily, Galandra sort of kind of jumps in, and she says, Lady Taunt, you shouldn't have to fight this duel. This is my party. These are my my friends. I will champion you. I will fight him for you. And I was like, brilliant. It's a great idea. We can have a bit of a duel between these two, and then it could sort of be sorted. And that was how it sort of started to go. But then Val thinks of another way out, which was quite good out of the box thinking. He says, look, he does this story where he kind of walks over to the table in the camp that they're in, and says, look, we don't have to have bloodshed. From your story, I believe you enjoy dragon chess. How about a game of chess? I was like, oh, brilliant. Now, how are we going to do chess within the game itself? So what I do is I have most of the people leave the tent, bar the party and Lady Taunt, and she sets up a dragon chess set. And basically what I do is I have them roll some dice. Now, at this point in time, Galandra has decided that, she's quite keen on Lady Taunt at this moment in time, and stands behind her and sort of puts her hand on her shoulder. Oh, and yes, sorry, that's it. I forgot to mention. Within the RP, Lady Taunt gives Galandra a kiss on the cheek for championing for her, and Galandra takes this as like, yeah, I'm totally in there. And so they carry on with the dragon chess. I get them to roll some dice. So I say to Val, roll a dice. So he rolls low, and his view is that he's going to let her win, and he can let her win, and then that will be a case of, he regains some honor because he's like, I'm really good at chess, and she wins, and we can carry on. But she figures out that he's basically letting her win. So I make him roll a deception roll, which he fails. She basically starts the chess game over again. But then proceeds to absolutely wipe the floor with him within, within, I think each action is like 6 seconds. So, she does like 4 or 5 moves. He gets a critical fail on one of his moves, which basically me goes, right, okay, if you don't get a good roll in this next roll, she's getting you in checkmate. And he rolls a 4. So it's a 1, and then he rolls a 4. So it's basically like bam, bam, checkmate, game over. She basically stands up, turns around to the battle angel Azrael and says, as you've witnessed this duel, I am victorious. I therefore repeal your law of conscription, of forced conscription. The battle angel basically agrees and says he'll sort of bring this on to the Legion, so they are aware. Val is obviously not overly impressed at this moment in time because, he's got absolutely obliterated at chess. She also sort of throws in a bit of a jibe at him and says, I hope your strategy in battle is better than your chess game, which he's not impressed with, and he just sort of kind of sits there and mumbles. But she sort of extends the olive branch basically and sort of provides him with a glass of wine. Now at this point in time, we thought, brilliant, this is it, we can carry on. Then I decide to sort of become slightly more mischievous myself, and they go, okay, so I want this and I want this and I want this, can we have these things? And Lady Taunt says, if it was up to me, you could have these things, but because you've insulted the general and his men, we need to persuade them that you can have this money and you can have these things. He is quite a high up member of the aristocracy within Balon, therefore we need his acceptance too. She therefore calls in the general and says, I have been victorious within the trial and have therefore repealed the law of conscription. Your honour is satisfied. He then, in a Sean Bean northern voice, basically says, your honour may be quenched, but mine is not, and neither is that of my men. And he picks up a wine and goes over to Val and throws it in his face, and it says, you sir, I will have satisfaction. To which, Val's like, gets up, draws his sword, and I'm like, okay, right, so hopefully, if I've calculated this properly, Galandra will jump in and use this as a way so we can have a bit of a PvP battle between sort of the cleric and the paladin, and thankfully she does. So she jumps up and she's just like, look, General, I know that your honor has been tainted. He has insulted everybody within this party, everybody within this tent. Let me take your place. It's my party. Same sort of thing as she said to Lady Taunt, and then rolls on persuasion, gets a critical success. So he's just like, fine. That's fine. We will set up outside now. and that's where we get to. We get to a basically ring of death surrounded. So you've got soldiers surrounded the area. You have Galandra in one corner, you have Val in the other corner, you have Lady Taunt in the middle. I even sort of open up betting between the two. So I'm just like, who do you think's going to win? And everybody bets on Galandra, basically. Because I think it's more to do with the sort of the principle of the thing. But poor Val, it's like, okay, so he's in the corner, and everybody sort of makes their bets on Galandra. The battle then starts, and Galandra stays at a distance, casting spells on herself, casting spells on Val. He starts pushing forward, lobs a few spears at her. Does sort of minimal damage, not a lot of being damage doing to each other. Galandra does manage to do a fair bit to Val, but Val obviously having lay on hands, and a lot of lay on hands, basically heals himself back to his normal HP. Now he did initially in the game say, like, I don't want to carry on healing myself, it's not fair because I'm not going to lose. And at that point in time we all realized that things were going to turn very badly. As soon as he got into range, all he would need to do is keep on doing lay on hands on himself and just whittle her down. Especially, she is cleric, she can heal herself, but I don't think she can currently heal herself as well as he could do with lay on hands. And that's where we leave this sort of narrated part, and we can go back on to the actual game itself when Matt realizes, after being told, that his microphone is off. So from this point on, enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
Do you know what's happened this whole time? My audio's been off. Somebody just mentioned it on the thing. My audio's been off. Cheers, RJ, heal this whole thing, and I haven't been talking. Cheers for that.
So it's just been us talking, like.
Yes, you guys been talking.
Professional. But this is not what professional looks like.
This is not what professional. Cheers, RJ. Appreciate that. My bad. I turned my audio off. Happy to help adventurers.
What did I miss?
Apologies everybody for that. That was a bad show, Matt. Bad show. Okay, so Danny, you're prone, Val, so Danny, you're up.
Yep.
Okie dokie. I'm going to take out Huthway's Bane.
Don't screw me.
And
pinned like a butterfly.
Is there something I've got to press to pray, or do I just use Huthway?
Just roll a d8
before I pray.
Yeah, that's your praying. Just roll every time you go to hit with it. So you got a 1. You're ignored.
Okay, Stan. I'll just use Huthway's Bane.
You miss.
Is she not at advantage because he's prone?
Yeah.
She is, but he's still got an ace.
Oh, he plus 2, yeah.
Yeah, so an ace.
Yeah. Right,
Okay. I'm just going to try and see if this will work, considering he's prone. So I am going to use my command and say yield.
Ooh, interesting. You speak one word command to a creature you can see within range. That target must succeed a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn to spell. Oh, that's very interesting. All right.
And technically, wouldn't he be at disadvantage because he's prone?
Not on a It's not
on a wisdom.
Not on a wisdom save.
Yeah, the four
wisdom saves
basic, so.
Say it again.
Wisdom saves are the hardest ones to.
The four gave me a concussion, so I've forgotten how to speak common.
Yeah.
So therefore I can't be commanded if I don't understand the language. It says right there.
Definitely understand what I say.
All right. So what? Am I rolling wisdom now?
Yeah, you got to roll a wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw.
How much am I planning to beat?
What's your wisdom saving throw, Danny? It'll be if you go into spells. It'll be at the top of the screen. It'll say wisdom saving or saving throw.
16.
Oh fucking hell! Good luck.
And wisdom's the hardest one, apparently.
Wisdom spell, yes.
Yay.
Yikes. Okay. Right. Okay. Brilliant. All right. So basically,
And you chose that spell for a reason.
so yeah, it's over, isn't it? So yeah, basically, as you sort of kind of fall to the ground, Galandra sort of casts this spell, and it goes. It's like Preacher, and she's like, yield. And you sort of just kind of look up, and you can sort of kind of see you sort of shaking to sort of you're kind of resisting it, but you can't. You sort of kind of drop your sword, and you go, I yield.
Demon! The darkness has taken over!
And as she sort of kind of says this, the crowd around you sort of kind of erupts with applause at the wily Galandra, and sort of
Galandra Matrix in the battlefield.
yeah. RJ, yes, this is a homebrew. They're all level. What, you're level 5s at the minute?
6.
Level 6. You're all level 6s. We've got a cleric, a paladin, a barbarian, a wizard, and a warforged, and a dragonborn.
I'm a ranger fighter.
Oh, sorry, ranger fighter. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, ranger fighter, barbarian, ranger rogue, cleric. Paladin. Yeah, sorry, I was going for not classes things. Yes. I'm just realized I haven't talked for the first part of this. I'm gonna have to do some overdubbing for this now. I'm gonna have to sort of kind of delete this and sort of overdub some stuff at the start of this. What a pain in the ass. Anyway, so yeah,
We can hear you.
you could hear us, but I don't think nobody else could.
What were the odds, by the way? So what's everyone else won?
So you're just going to double your money, I think. Let's say you double your money and stuff. So whatever you bet, you'll double on it and stuff.
Find me play armor then.
Yeah. So yeah.
Can I just walk over to Val and hold up my hand and say, "Good fight, my friend."
Bite your fingers.
He's smarting after two defeats.
Good fight, my friend. We shall fight the next fights together.
As I'm commanded to, I accept her hand and nod my head. Not out of my own will. Very bitter loser.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, that everybody's sort of like, rapturous applause. Val's looking slightly dejected by being sort of hoodwinked. He thought this was going to be a stand-up fight, not witchcraftery.
Eric, what do you expect?
That's
You're meant to be a priest, not a witch. You succubus.
Chaotic good cleric, can we add? So.
So Lady Taunt comes in and she sort of... I'm going to turn this...
You can use it on her now to get what you want, eh?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Don't you dare. That's completely unethical.
It was unethical to use it in an honourable door.
So she says...
if that was in a bar, that's basically dropping a pill into his drink.
Yeah, you just roofied him. So she says, General Fabius, I believe your honor is restored. Yeah, intact. So might I ask that we draw a line under this and carry on with the war at hand? And he sort of kind of goes, "Aye, my lady." And he sort of bows, and the rest of the soldiers go, "Ooh-ah, ooh-ah, ooh-ah." And yeah, they sort of go about their business. Captain Godfrey says, "Right, you lollygagging fools, get back to your business," and they sort of dismiss, and they all sort of disperse back to the back to their jobs, what they're doing. And Lady Taunt sort of ushers you all back into the HQ tent, and you're back in your little tent. And so we're back to divvying out everything. Channel Divinity. What are you doing that for?
I was just it was just up in my heal thing, but I didn't mean to.
Oh, that was a good play, by the way, Danny. I wasn't expecting that. Although,
I thought that fight was going to go on all night. Damage, heal.
That's why I didn't want to do it, though. That's why I didn't want to heal up all my HP, because I just thought it'd go on forever. So
obviously not. Lasted less. Well, bear in mind, right? It's 6 seconds. It's 6 seconds for every go, and you had 3 goes. So that's what 18, 20 seconds, yeah.
Bang, bang,
You lasted a little bit longer than Jose Aldo.
They pretty much posed, went at it. He tripped over and went, "I yield."
Yeah.
I give up.
Bang, 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 bong, bong, fuck.
There was a grudge. For me.
I fell over. Stop the fight.
RJ Heal went to Pete's a berserker damage dealing madman, always a fun choice. Yeah, he's enjoying this very much. Okay, so back to the center tent, and yeah. How are people how are we divvying out all this gold? So basically, there's 13,000 gold. We'll say you can have 2,000 each, so that's 12,000. So you can have 2,000 gold each.
And what we got in the bet.
And what you got in the bet, and double what you got in the bet as well. So
Can I suggest, in the interest of pride, the balance we offer to use to pay to repair what's left of Val's armor. After he got.
Well, yeah, obviously, anyway, armor repairs and stuff come first before. So
but
money.
My point was to try and bring some peace.
Yeah.
Is to point out, right? Okay, we have a TV.
There's no hard feelings there. It was a fair fight.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
It was. You
got yourself into it as another argument.
No, I didn't.
So as we've divvied everything up, and there's obviously there's a smaller pool left in the middle of the table. I turn and say, I would propose that since our new friend has shown quite a talent for getting himself into trouble, and not so much a talent for getting out of it, that we try and use at least some of what's left here to, how should we put this, restore some of his luster, and hopefully he will carry those lessons into our next encounters.
Could upgrade some of his armor.
Yeah.
How much is full plate armor, by the way? I can't remember.
1,500.
1,500, yeah, 1,500 for, and it costs a lot to repair. So just be mindful of that as well and stuff. So
unless we're making big bucks, it's no point having it really.
Well, you've just been given $2,000, so
yeah. So basically, bear in mind, right? So we'll say that the 12,000 you've got between you, and then the extra 1,000 you can use for repairs and such, which should be ample enough for things. Bear in mind that money also has to be used for your Camber Ford. So what I'll do is I'll bring up.
Just before we move on to another map.
Yeah.
Thomas would like to step forward.
Yep.
And address Lady Taunt.
Okay, yeah, far away.
And say, my lady, you honour us with this gift. There is, however, in the spoils a book, which I believe would be of very great value to one such as myself. Do you have any objections to me taking this book?
Yeah, well, basically, she's not going to have any objections to you taking whatever's on the table, bar the platinum and the art pieces and stuff, which she'll keep for, the war effort. So it's up to you to sort of decide how you're going to divvy this out. So, obviously, Val's got Holy Avenger. You've got an Amulet of Health. You've got the Wand of Wonder. Ooh.
Booby prize, that.
You got the booby prize. Oathbow, obviously, is Tharval's. You got the Berserker Axe, which is going to go to. It was just going to go to Draken. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that afterwards because it's quite interesting. Left, we also have, what was the spell I gave you? The level 8 spell that I gave you.
Cleric spell.
It was a cleric spell.
Cleric spell.
Yeah, so we know where that needs to go.
What was?
I can't remember what it was.
Can somebody just check the chat there? It's going to be in the loot chat and stuff. I can't go out because it'll move pictures off and stuff.
Actually, here I saw there was something about a scroll, but I didn't see what it was actually like.
It was a level 8 cleric spell, so you can't use it until you're level 8. But it's quite a powerful cleric spell. So that's why I was like, I didn't get anything. And I was like, you got a cleric spell.
So what there was, right, there was the Berserker Axe, the Cloak of Protection, Cloak of Elvenkind, Tomb of Clear Thought,
Tome,
Holy Avenger,
Cloak of Protection.
Cloak of Protection, I thought was an actual cloak.
You got a Cloak of Protection and a Cloak of Elvenkind.
And I asked for the Cloak of Protection.
Right, so Val's got something, Tharval's got something, Draken's got something. Now, you also, bear in mind, now, Thomas, you also have the
Amulet of the Shield Guardian.
You have the Amulet of the Shield Guardian, so you have the Shield Guardian, which is pretty powerful as well. So we're saying that's your thing for now, just for the sake of fairness. Danny is going to get the Cleric spell.
What is the spell?
I think it's Holy Aura.
It's Holy Aura. So divine light washes out from you and coalesces in a soft radiance in a 30-foot radius around you. Creatures of your choice in that radius, when you cast this spell, shed dim light in a 5-foot radius and have advantage on all saving throws, and other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them until the spell ends. In addition, when a fiend or undead hits an affected creature with a melee attack, the aura flashes with brilliant light. The attacker must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be blinded until the spell ends.
So it's a pretty good spell.
Okay.
It's very cleric-y. It's nearly like cleric shoes.
But the only thing is, it's an 8th level spell, so you'll not be able to use it for a while.
Level 15 to use it. Like my level 7 spell that I've got to be level 13 before I can do anything with.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough. It's in my pocket. Don't worry.
It's a promise that.
So put it in. Put that in your. Put that in your McDuffer, Danny. So you're aware of it. At least we forget it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. So, who else has not received a gift yet?
Did Lance get anything?
Lance, what do you want?
I asked for the Cloak of Protection.
Cloak of Protection. So you have the Cloak of Protection. Okay. So that gives you a +1 to your AC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is everybody with something. That leaves Amulet of Health, Wand of Wonder, Cloak of Elvenkind, and the Tome of Clear Thought. So the Amulet of Health, obviously, your Constitution score is 19 while you wear this amulet. It has no effect on your Constitution. It is 19 or higher without it. So, who wants that?
It's going to be basically whoever's...
Oh, that goes to Draken.
Yeah, I need as much health as I can get as I wear no armor.
Okay, so Amulet of Health for...
It increases your AC, basically, so...
No, my Constitution.
Your Constitution.
Yeah, but your Constitution affects your AC, does it not? Or is it the hit points?
It affects my hit points.
Yeah, so
I can soak more.
So your Amulet of Health is now with Draken. So I will put this over to you. Wand of Wonder. Does anybody want that? Or are you going to use it to sell it?
I propose we sell that.
Sounds good because
if it's random, then it's too unreliable
plus
for us.
minus, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
With our dice rolls, yeah.
Okay. Cloak of Elvenkind, which while you have this cloak and the hood is up, wisdom perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and you have advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to hide.
I think that makes sense for Tharavel to have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Tome of Clear Thought, which is intelligence. Now, what are clerics ones as well? I appreciate you want this, Dave, but I just want to make sure Danny has a chance to say what's your spell casting on?
Wisdom.
Wisdom, so it's not intelligence. Okay, so this can go to Thomas. Right, okay. Danny, let me see, you got one of these things. You got the spell. Right. Lady Taunt may provide you with some other bits and pieces, but I haven't thought of them yet. Oh, actually, 1 minute. Sorry, bear with me 1 minute. What's this one? Okay. For succeeding in the trial, Danny, Lady Taunt will provide you with one of these two things. You can either have an amulet of proof against detection and location, or a wand of secrets.
Wait, do I know what they do?
Amulet of proof of detection and location. While wearing this amulet, you're hidden from divination magic. You can't be targeted by such magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. Wand of secrets. Wand has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of these charges, and if a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, your wand pulses and points at the one in the nearest to you, while the wand requires 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. So basically trap detector.
Okay. I will go with the first one.
The amulet?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it's called Amulet of Proof Against Detection and Location. I will add that to your inventory.
Did you just roll to see which of the things from the Kraken Arena bit that we could have got, and I still didn't manage to roll high enough to get that damn wand of
the resurrection wand. Yeah, I wasn't. I realized it's like super powerful, so you're not gonna get it. It's just like it's like super like yeah. It would make death in this game meaningless. So it's just I'm gonna have to say.
Can you imagine if I'd have rolled in the initial one and got it in like when we initially rolled for it, and you hadn't realized what I'd got?
Yeah. So So those are the ones. These are the ones that are left over. That being said, the thing is, there's a sword which adds a bit more of your AC, more to your AC, more of a tanking weapon to be honest than anything. But so the amulet, you've taken the amulet. Okay.
I thank Lady Taunt for her gift, and I hold out my hand for a shake, and when she does, I kiss the top of her hand.
She sort of kind of blushes, looks around a bit, and goes, "Oh, thank you, Galandra. Well fought," and sort of blushes slightly as she moves on. So right,
just started with that storyline.
So now the axe. So does everybody else? You can add. Does everybody know how to add their things to the compendium?
That's what I'm just figuring out at the moment.
Yeah, I was trying to, but it's not letting me drag and drop the things on for some reason. I can do it anyway.
I'll add them in afterwards and stuff. I'll sort of.
What was it? Was it 2,000 gold?
2,000 gold. Yeah.
Can I request that I exchange my 2,000 gold for 200 platinum instead?
Yeah, well, you'll need to go somewhere to do that. You can't. It's not. Oh, right.
Well, did you not say that there was platinum there instead? So it just makes more sense. Otherwise, I'm going to be over encumbered.
Yeah. Okay. So you can exchange it for the platinum if you want. So it's 10 gold for each platinum, is it?
Yeah,
so
it'll be 200 platinum.
So how much platinum did I say there was?
1,400.
1,400. So
2,400. Sorry.
24. So there's enough for you to have platinum wise. So you've all got 200 platinum. There you go. That makes it easier for you to sort of carry and stuff. So
that means I can walk out of here.
Yeah. So you can walk out with your ill-gotten goods. So Draken, as you pick up the axe, you know your eyes sort of kind of flash. That sort of kind of the sheen from the axe. You know, this is a good axe. This might be the best axe that you've ever seen in your entire life. One of the other sort of Lance comes over to sort of have a look and like, get away from my axe. This is my axe. Really, really got super protective of this axe. You there, Pete?
Yep.
All right, sorry, you're frozen. Your video's frozen. I didn't see it. Okay, so I'll just read it out for you. You don't have to figure it out, but it says you gain +1 bonus attack to damage rolls made with this magic weapon. In addition, while you're attuned to this weapon, your hit point maximum increases by 1 for each level you have attained.
Nice.
So that's obviously 6. You get an additional 6 to your thing while you got that. This axe is though cursed, and becoming attuned to it extends the curse to you. As long as you remain cursed, you're unwilling to part with this axe, keeping it with you at reach at all times. You also have disadvantage on attack rolls with weapons other than this one, unless you're within your foes are within 60 feet of that you can see or hear. So unless no foe is within 60 feet of what you can see or hear. Whenever a hostile creature damages you while this axe is in your possession, you must succeed a DC 15 wisdom saving throw or go berserk. While berserk, you must use your action each round to attack the creature nearest to you with the axe. If you can make it, it doesn't differentiate, by the way. It just says the nearest one to you.
So keep distance from Draken.
So basically, if you can attack, basically your people around you. Attack a creature nearest to you with the axe. If you can make extra attacks as part of the attack action, you use those attacks moving to attack the next nearest creature after you fell their current target. If you have multiple possible targets, you attack one at random. You're berserk until the start of your turn with no creatures within 60 feet of you. So it's kind of awesome, but the curse, if people are near you and you take damage, you could do damage to other people, which kind of ties in with the whole...
likes his space.
Say it again?
Likes his space.
Yeah, so that's what it does. Your amulet of health obviously gives you a 19, so we can add those in afterwards and stuff, which I will do afterwards. So I'm pretty sure. So Cloak of Protection is Lance, Elven Kite, right? Okay, these ones I understand. Right. So that one can go over there. That one goes to Thomas. Are you just increasing, Thomas? You're just going to increase your... Actually, no, because you've got to... you'll be able to do this, won't you? Contains memory of logic exercises as words. You spend 48 hours over the next 6 days for your study the books, and you increase your intelligence by 2. Right. Okay. So the Camber Ford, which some of you will know, is up here somewhere. Ba-dump. It's that. So this is your she basically rolls out a map of Camber Ford and says, "You're welcome to Camber Ford to fortify and help protect these lands. It is one of the main trade routes to the Triarch cities. Therefore, your protection of it is vital for the supplies in this area. So what you'll do, and I'll do this after we've been through this. I'll do this in downtime. Is tell you how much it might be to just fix certain things. If you want to improve upon it in certain ways, maybe you will also need to find men to garrison it, because on its own, it will just be empty, as it is currently empty, with its tower burnt down. Unknown damage at this moment in time because you haven't been back since the fight there the last time.
We had things on our mind.
Yes. So yeah, that's that. It will just be a place where you can train. You can train men. That'll be something obviously we need to do. We need to go about getting you some men to train and things. I'm going to also Gregor. I might level him up to a level.
Where's that poor kid at? Is he just outside with the troops?
Yeah, it's just outside. Gregor, I'll possibly level him up to a level 1 fighter or something like that. I'm not sure if he's. Yeah, I'd say. Well, I don't know. Is he going to be a fighter or a cleric or a paladin? Because obviously he was under.
I think he'd probably want to train and stuff with the at wherever it is that he's.
Alchemist.
Oh, he could be an alchemist. So. I'll have a think.
Roll for it.
I'll have a think about it. I'll have a think about it to decide what he's going to.
Train with all the rest of the people that come before.
What he does and stuff. So yeah, so this will be your little sort of kind of. To be honest, you're going to be moving out of this area and stuff, but it's going to be a base of operations for you to call upon. Now, after the battle's you've got all your sort of kind of gold. Honor is satisfied, if not completely forgotten. The Lady Taunt has said that she's going to have the men bring the bodies of the fallen soldiers to the war memorial, and they're going to have a memorial service the next day for them. As they leave with the bodies in this sort of kind of long sort of procession, she sort of kind of flicks a match into the pile of corpses of the enemy dead in the middle of the what's it called? The temple complex. Yeah, temple complex. And she says this place is cursed and will need to be tainted. Will need to be rid of it, cleansed of its taint. So she's got some of the battle angel. Some of the men have left and said they will deal with cleansing it of its taint, and they sort of kind of start walking off in procession. It's up to you guys what you want to do now, where you kind of want to go and stuff. I think obviously, yes, sorry, I forgot. Draken wanted to see a seer. She points you towards. She gives you a name. He's called Hauser. Andre
Hauser?
Doogie, yeah, Doogie Hauser. Yeah, there you go. Doogie. He's called Doogie, and he's called Doogie, and he's a good seer in Taunt. If you go and see him, he'll maybe be able to help you out.
Thank you, lady.
Okay. Anything else? Does anybody want to say anything to people before they kind of move on?
I'm going to take a moment to go and see the general.
Okay.
I'm going to.
I'll go with.
Okay, no problem. I start to walk towards him, and you join me, and I just nod. Is he in a tent somewhere, or is he?
He's sort of. We'll just say he's sort of. Where is he? He's just sort of like moving off with his men. He's sort of on his horse, and he's he's on his horse, and he's sort of he's at the front of the procession, and he's about to leave with his men.
I raise my hand and call, General, if I may have a word. Just a moment of your time, please, before you leave.
It's like, all right, be quick about it. I've got things to do.
I have no intention of delaying you in your duty, sir. I really wish to thank you and your men for their bravery. As I can understand that for them it must have been an awful experience coming with nothing but what was on their back and the weapon in their hands. But they fought well. They fought bravely. They didn't shirk. And I wish that more of them were going home. And I thank you for standing with them, for standing against those horrors. And I apologize for any bad feeling that was caused. And if you should need assistance, please do call on me.
He says, he sort of kind of looks at you, and he's like, I got you wrong, Warforged. I believed you to be a fool, but I was wrong. I thank you and most of your companions for the help and for leading my men. I extend my gratitude for your offer and reciprocate it with my own. Should you ever need me or my men, we will be there for you. He sort of issues you a salute and sort of rides off.
Oh, I didn't get to speak to him.
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah, correct. Yeah.
To extend the words of the ranger here, do you know the whereabouts of Captain Tristan?
Oh, yes, I remember Tristan. He's just like, that sullen bastard. He, I saw him going, I'm going to have to find myself a map now. Where is it gonna? He is going to have gone to, I saw him heading, north out of the complex. I'm assuming he's going to the port and Taunt.
Thank you, General. I, like you, am a man of honor. I made this man a promise before battle, and I let him down. I will make it my mission to restore my honor with him.
We will make it a mission, as we are a group, and because we stood behind that promise, my friend.
Cool. And he says, what's he gonna say? He just nods and he says, men, forward, quick march. And he gives you a salute and G's off his horse and starts moving on. Right. Okay. Anybody else?
Can I assume Lady Taunt is also upon her horse?
Yeah, she's basically near him, about to leave. Yeah. So if you want to say something to her.
You're like a drunk guy in a bar. Where'd you go?
I walk towards Lady Taunt on her horse and give her a quick bow and say, my lady, no doubt we will see each other again. Please accept this token. And I present her a flower that I found on the side of
God. God. Is this what it is to be? Is this what it is to be a woman? Is this what it is? Is this what it's like?
Yes, it is.
Whoa. Okay.
I say, no doubt I will be visiting Taunt in the future. Wait for me.
Oh no. Oh no. Roll me a charisma. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Wow. And she sort of like she's just like she looks at you and she takes the flower and she just had like this big wide smile on her face and she says, until we meet again, my friends.
Oh, you just got friend zoned.
Until we meet again. I know. Well, no. I'm just until we meet again. Galandra Rivenstar.
23. Come on.
Until we meet again, Galandra Rivenstar. I will keep this with me always. And she sort of kind of puts it in her. She kind of puts it.
Every rose I see will remind me of you.
Oh yes. When the wind blows, it will say Galandra. But she sort of, she's obviously very taken by the gift and the gesture and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Roleplay, Matt. God damn.
Say it again.
I said keep the role play.
It's making me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's making me feel uncomfortable.
It's a hot picture, and then my brother putting on a fit woman's voice. I'm so confused right now.
I'm actually sweating.
Is the stream okay? I can see you moving, but everyone else is frozen.
Yeah, everybody else has frozen. Yeah,
Yeah.
It seems to be. Yeah, Draken, you're. Oh, you're back now. You're back. Okay. You're back. There we go. Okay, so what else do you want me to say, Galandra?
23.
Yeah, well, she's not gonna suddenly just gush, is she? It's sort of like, yeah, fine. She's happy with what you've done. She's got the flower. She's
cool.
She's sort of, she is a lady and is in front of like a lot of men.
Stones and just send her messages over.
We still haven't established if she swings that way yet.
every day.
She does now.
Right? Shall I roll a dice and to see what happens if So, right? Okay.
I don't think we should sort of make a decision as she swings one way or the other, or whether she swings both ways. The thing is basically leave it to who woos her the best.
Yeah.
And so far, I have made the effort.
Okay, right. So yeah, all right. We'll make it a little bit of a competition or something, I guess.
Yeah.
So Tony
the Taunt.
Galandra has got one major success.
I'm going to start talking smack about Galandra because I've now got like advantage, or not advantage, like proficiency in deception.
Okay, I'll add this into something. So we'll say you've got one, got a good success in romancing her, a la Dragon Age or whatever you have. You go. So her little bar, her little friend bar, has sort of kind of gone up and stuff. So the little heart there is starting to get sort of further up the line, basically. So far, very good. Though if you literally hound her all the time with really sickening stuff, I might make it drop because like. No, you need to play a bit aloof, Danny. You need to play aloof. You can't just be, you
pretty much been like draping yourself round her, like peeing round her, like anytime she's in the room.
She's a classy bird. You've got to respect her.
Yeah.
She's sitting down in the tent. You go over, pat her on the shoulder. She goes to the bar. You go over.
And
give her a wink. Drink. She's going to ride away. You go over, give her a rose.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Worse than Solden.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that
No, Solden tried to just kiss her in front of the entire thing when he literally just met her on the spot. I'm not
doing it for show.
Yeah, and he wasn't impressed. She wasn't impressed. So she wants you to play a bit, fight side by side with her, every now and again.
And I will see her soon is not creepy. That is fine.
Yeah, until you start walking towards Taunt behind her, rubbing your legs.
I see Lady Taunt as the sort of woman where she's confident, where whenever she actually decides that she wants a mate of some sort, she will just go after them herself. She would literally just grab them and throw them, push them against.
I'm happy for you to try, and I didn't really think about you trying to sort of better or anything. I just sort of like.
He just went.
In theory, she's like one of the key characters in the whole campaign. Her picture, the thing we have in Roll20 is her, sort of like holding a sword up, fighting against demons and stuff.
I have many plans of this storyline. Thank you.
Okay, so all right, okay, so That's all right. You're more than welcome to try and romance her and stuff. Though, if what you're doing, if you're going to do role playing stuff, it's got to be good. If it's sickening and lechy, then I might sort of give you disadvantage on things. So,
be charming and not creepy. I've dealt with it my whole life. Thanks very much.
So if Tom went up to you and was all like, "Here's a flower, my love," love you.
I'd literally swoon and drop to my knees.
Really? Would you? Is that why you like Tom, or would you just be like, walk in, throw his dirty boots down, and go, "Women, I want to play my Xbox.
I traveled 500 miles to
give you my seed."
Tom's very charming. Yeah. I'll give him. He's very charming.
Tom, charming.
He honestly, he's very charming. That was the first thing that.
See, there's all these different layers. He's like an onion. If he was a knight, he would be the onion knight. He's got lots of layers, does Tom.
Graceful ice skater. He's a construction worker and they've got a law degree and very charming.
Yeah,
but looks like a punch in the face.
Okay, anyway, past the thing. So she takes the flower, she puts it in sort of like bra
pocket.
Yeah, she's wearing plate armor, so she sort of kind of puts it.
I was wearing armor when I put it in my.
She puts it somewhere on her in a pouch, and she said, "Keep it with me," and she sort of kind of starts to ride on. Is anybody else doing anything in and around? The Battle Angel's still there with some of his men. Some of the other soldiers are sort of kind of guards and stuff are there. Sir Tristan's gone off towards Taunt. The Doogie Hauser, who Draken wants to see, is Taunt. Does anybody else want to say anything?
Camberford's the other side of Taunt.
Camberford is the other side of the fort.
Yeah, Draken would just quickly like to find the men that were fighting alongside him and just thank them for their support and help having his back.
So you wander over to the Legionnaires who are there. They are with Valashul, I'm going to assume, sort of kind of with the Battle Angel, chattering away, and you sort of thank them for their service and for
basically, thank you for guarding my back. I could not have survived without you there.
And the Battle Angel Azrael sort of says, "Attention!" And sorry, she's a girl. It's a female. I don't know. I got a really bad female repertoire when it comes to voices. So attention in a female voice.
I think you should get Gosha on board to do these female voices.
And then sort of so they all sort of stand to attention, and they raise their swords to salute you, a fellow warrior.
Draken holds up the axe in response and to acknowledge it.
Ooh, shiny axe.
Mine, not theirs, mine. They're all of my axe.
It's my precious.
Did you touch my drum set?
Yeah, I put my ball. Did you put your balls on my axe? Did you put my ball?
Are the Rangers and the others from the Order still around?
Oh yeah, so the Unmoving Rain, Yutunda, and the 4 archers from the Order of the the Waning Moon, are, we'll say, near you, obviously, Lance. So if you want to talk to them,
so I'll move over to a quieter corner with them, and I turn first to Tinder and the Unmoving Rain and say to them, I am glad to have had brothers and sisters nearby. Obviously, I'm not fully a member, but I do appreciate the help that you gave throughout. I turn to the archers.
They're a different order than they're not Order of the Morning Star. They're Order of the Waning Moon. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, from an allied order.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not a member of one of the orders, but they have, you have both assisted me as I found my way. I turned to the 2 archers that were with me and just thank them for their support and for the number of times that they covered me and and the other two for supporting Val. And I just ask that they understand that there will always be a welcome for members of both orders at Camberford as long as our party is holding there.
Okay. The unmoving rain sort of does some battle sign, and Yatunda sort of says, we thank you, Ranger. We could use somebody like you and your adventurers. Sorry, your colleagues in our order. If you should ever need us, then please do let us know. We're going to return back to our citadel to inform the Grand Master of the order, and by all means visit us there if you need anything.
Indeed, and if you tell the Grandmaster that should any of your colleagues need a place to stay or a place to hide and shelter, that they should come and ask for me, and I will always do my best to help.
Okay. So they bow and they sort of pick up their things and start to walk off. Oh, I did have something I was going to say. Oh, that's completely gone. I had something the Unmoving Rain was going to do, but I've completely forgotten now, which is annoying.
You were saying about battle symbols or something like that?
No, he's it's gone now. It's annoying. He was gone. Oh shit! What was he going to do?
This is what happens when you don't prep, right?
Yeah, well, I never prep anymore. You guys go so off plot that there's no point to me doing it because I'm just like, it was hard enough trying to get you to come here in the first place. I was like, right, they need to come to this one place. What's the Unmoving Rain? We'll say this. The Unmoving Rain turns to one of the archers and sort of does some more battle sign, and the archer sort of nods her head and walks over to you and stands beside you. He then turns to you and so does some more battle sign and says, "This is Aldrath. Aldrath. Can't think of a cool second name. Aldrath. Say it again.
Morningstar.
Aldrith. Morningwood. Aldrath.
Arrowin.
I don't want to have an AA. Aldrith. This is just Aldrith. This is Aldrith. And this is Aldrith, and she will she will follow you and help you in your endeavors. If she should fall, though, make sure her body is returned to the Citadel.
If I cannot do it so myself, I will ensure that someone I trust will take her there in person.
Okay, cool.
I'll do it.
Someone I trust.
Valashil takes out his anger on losing so many defeats and skewers the veteran through the
Just delivers like a mutilated corpse. Here you go.
I win.
Yeah.
Why are you covered in blood? Oh, it happened on the way.
She fell. She fell over.
A bear attacked us.
She tripped over 30 or 40 times.
Onto my sword.
Okay. Val, is there anything you kind of want to say to the...
I've been shamed in front of my legionnaires.
So the battle angel Azrael sort of looks at you and obviously telepathically sort of speaks to you, and she says, "There is no shame here, brother. You you did what you thought was right for the greater good of the Legion and for this land.
I
Bahamut.
roll wisdom to block her out.
Yeah, you can if you want. If you want to stop her, yeah, why not? If you want to, yeah.
Oh dear, right, I'm doing it. Damn.
No.
I'm
So
not smart enough for this.
she's like, there's no dishonor in this. Bahamut, by the light of Bahamut, he has chosen this way, and it is ours to follow. You understand this, and so obviously sort of so you understand this. It is his way, and she sort of gives you a bow, and gets her men into some order, and then starts sort of sending them off into the different buildings to sort of look around and
begin their cleansing.
Yeah, begin their cleansing.
Cleanse it with fire.
Cleanse it with fire.
Get the sage out.
Yeah. Who else have we got? So, but Thomas, is there anything you kind of want to do? Your sentinel, your shield, sentinel is sort of standing beside you. What is my purpose? Give him some butter. Your shield sentinel sort of is standing there, and as you put the sort of kind of the amulet on, it sort of kind of powers up, and you can sort of hear a telepathic sort of you've got like a telepathic link to him in your mind. Whatever the voice is up to you, but you can command him to do as he wishes. He's quite big though, so he's not going to be inconspicuous or anything.
He's like a Judge Dredd ABC warrior.
Yeah,
it sounds like
Come clanking into town behind us while we're trying to be inconspicuous. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So basically, you can go to Taunt, I think, is the main sort of direction. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Sorry, say it again.
I was like, Taunt's where the library is as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so you got Taunt and the seer. Because I haven't prepared anything, I haven't given you. There's no other side quests, because I didn't know how long the fuckery at the start was going to take, so I didn't do anything.
A fuckload of time.
A fuckload of time, which I'm going to have to now go over and
re-record your bit.
Re-record my bit, because obviously I wasn't talking like an Egypt. But there you go. Shall we leave it there then? Because unless there's anything you kind of want to do now, I don't really have anything else for you, because I haven't really sort of prepared anything and stuff.
I'm good.
That's a good place to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we just sort of say, and then in downtime we say that either we've sort of traveled to Taunt and we can have a bit of downtime, people for resting and reading spells and things like that.
Just
allegedly distance, allegedly walk to Taunt to rest, and then just rest up somewhere and sort out.
It was nice to have a semi non-battle session after so many battle sessions. So it was nice to have a discussion.
Definitely.
Slash mini duel session.
Well, it should be
me. I won't forget this.
just be careful. We want the downtime to be uneventful this time. We want it to be boring, mundane.
Drama queen.
we want just shopping and random sort of stuff, and nothing exciting is going to happen. And the next week,
it's gonna be like when they're walking and talking, Valashul's gonna get someone else to say what he wants to say to Galandra. It's going to be that petty.
Tell Galandra that I'm not talking to her.
You knew who exactly you were going to be fighting. So I beat you fair and square.
That was a good.
Very sure.
I have to say
I
that
could
was a
put
very
it in the
good.
original.
That was a very good option, by the way. I didn't see it
Thinking
coming.
outside of the box.
I was, and I honestly thought Val was going to have you. But then you threw that out of the bag, and there you go. Very good. Yeah.
Plus, let's be honest. We've seen Wes roll dice.
It's only good when I'm not rolling for Valashul.
And you've seen me come out with some tremendous blows. So if you doubted me, you're silly.
Tremendous blows.
She was fighting for a bitch.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, hint, hint.
Oh God! Oh, just get out of the gutter, guys! Come on. All right. We'll leave it there then, and I will go back and rewatch this and try and re-record some of the start because I'm a fucking idiot. And then this, if you're watching this and you hadn't noticed because I've re-recorded over it, ignore this part. It was all the plan. But yes, big thanks to RJ Hale for letting us know that my audio was not on.
Let you know, we just carried on through the whole thing.
Yeah. There was loads of people though. There was like 8 people watching, and I just want to know what they were thinking. It's just like, just what's going on. But yeah, there you go. Yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it there. We'll do hopefully a bit of downtime, which is uneventful. Fingers crossed. And then next week we will have moved on to new fields, new areas. Maybe we'll be off Balon. Maybe we'll be on a boat somewhere else. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I need to add all of your weapons and stuff onto your sheets. Has everybody added their gold and stuff on? So it's 200 platinum. You've got 200 platinum to your
Gold from the vet.
to your thing, and I'll add your bits and pieces to your things afterwards. Re-record this audio.
I've dragged mine on, but the great axe isn't. Like the berserker axe isn't. It's wrong basically.
Okay, I'll change it. That's all right. I'll change it.
I've dragged my Tome of Clear Thought on, but I couldn't find the amulet anywhere.
I'll just add that in for you and stuff. The tome, has that increased your intelligence by 2?
I think you need to read it.
Oh, you do need to read it and stuff. So
if I read it over a week, then yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do. Right. Okay, we'll leave it there. Good battle. Was some good RP at the start until we realised Matt wasn't on audio. For shame.
Ooh.
But yeah.
Just one thing. You can only have 3 attuned items at a time, can't you?
Yes. So what have you got?
No, it's just I'm probably going to get rid of one of mine because I've got the Ring of Fate, the Ring of Evasion, the Cloak.
Did I get my trinket that removes rust?
The Oath Bow.
Oh yeah, the rust. I forgot. You got those little trinkets.
I also had the snow globe.
You've got the you've got the snow globe.
I asked for the one that replaced rust for personal hygiene.
Oh, okay.
What else was there? What else was there?
There was the mug that chills any type of ale that is poured into it, and a soft leather pouch that displays how many gold pieces are inside it.
Okay. Does anybody want those?
No, I do not want to be target
for.
for.
A bit of a target, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. You could use it as a trap for somebody. You know, if you're going, how much gold? I don't have any gold. Oh, here you go. Here's a pouch, and then it could be useful.
I guess I could make myself like a snowy scenario and just have a little drink. Sit with the snow globe, have a cold drink. I'm up a mountain. I'm anywhere I want to be.
Belanger, but she prefers wine rather than beer. So wine should be drunk at appropriate temperature.
I like both. Any will do.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. We'll leave it there, and we'll sort that out after and stuff. So yeah, good show. Bar Matt's mishap at the start, but I'm glad we got over that without any deaths and any major issues. So yeah, that's good. The Balinese are very much on your side again, so this helps.
breaking
Just
any
wait until
pallet.
I get to taunt.
Oh God. Yeah, I just
Can
because
we
that's
get
right. You
them
gotta you gotta deal with Triarch taunt and stuff, and if you
I'll march straight into his office.
uh,
Sneer, you
You're
little
going
shit.
nowhere.
No.
I'm going to put you in
Fair,
a
I
corner.
would.
men.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be restrained, and yeah, Thomas is just gonna get the shield thing just to grab you and go no. No, it's gonna be like Mr. T. It's gonna be like Mr. T. I ain't getting no plane. I ain't getting no plane, and you're just gonna like hold him.
I ain't talking to no nobles.
And the nobles.
I envision him in reins with the shield guardian, just like dragging him away.
Right, so you have the shield guardian. You've got one archer, one longbow. What are you gonna have? Are you gonna have the longbow, or are you gonna have the veteran?
A veteran.
The veteran with the sort of the volley was awesome.
We've
He
got
was
all-
exactly. I don't know. We make it too awesome for you because that makes. I'm gonna just give you a standard arch, the standard longbow person.
Can I just start role playing the archer?
No,
Damn.
Let's
But I
mark
roll good for them. Oh dear.
Right.
yeah, but the moment it becomes something central, then we're screwed.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll leave it there. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. Really appreciate that. Thanks for the comments, RJ Hale. Really appreciate that. For tonight, I've been Matt Geary. With me has been Danny as Galandra Rivenstar,
Night, guys.
Michael as Tharvol,
Night, guys.
Wes as Valashul Nostius,
Good night, everyone.
Dave as Thomas Moonstar, Mark as Lance,
Thank you for watching.
and Pete as Draken.
Take care, everyone, and look out for each other.
Night.